So first.
Absolutely.
And I was like,
let's dig it all up.
Oh, no.
True.
You'll never guess.
So sidebar. Yes.
And also, I feel like I shouldn't have to remember everything.
I know.
Actually, I have to talk about this.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is Also Podcast. We're back in our morning, routine that we sometimes do. Meredith just woke up. I've been up because my neighbor decided to blast music at 7 a.m. So that's
Alicia,
lovely.
Mine was blasting. I couldn't figure out exactly where it was coming from. Somebody was like throwing a party last night, which I was like, go off. But I could only hear the bass.
The only thing you could hear, the bass. The bass.
I was like, you have to be far enough away where I can't get anything else. But I just want to know where it's coming from. And to be honest, they were respectful. By like 11, it was off. Because like, I'm a grandma now. I want to go to bed.
No, my neighbor always does this. And all I hear is the bass. But then if you go out in the hallway, you can hear
hear the rest?
It is so loud. And I can't even be like, hey, can you not play it? Because this is my creepy neighbor that has asked me out like 1,000 times and cold called me. So I can't text him because that opens up the door.
Correct.
So I'm just
what time is this starting at? Because you said yours is in the morning.
Usually it kind of starts at like 9 a.m. and goes all fucking day. I hear the bass.
Oh.
It's all day. But today at 7, I was like, at least wait till 9.
Like, play it softer and, like, increase the volume as the day goes on.
What are you doing? I used to think someone was playing music in my courtyard and it was vibrating up. Nope, it's my next door neighbor. I want to kill him.
Love it.
If he's listening to this because he's my stalker, can you turn it down a little or at least wait till we're
wait
awake?
Till 9 a.m., please.
Please, God. Anyway, before we get into the episode, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Patreon. All the links are in our description. And please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Okay, Meredith, do you have a small celebration for me?
I do, and I'm going to preface this by saying it's extra small so you can't make fun of me. I lost my favorite pen. Devastated. I told my entire office about it. I found it.
Oh,
the greatest joy of my life. I'm such a pen-specific girly. I don't like gel pens. Okay. I like a ballpoint pen, and I want it to write smooth, and I like some weight on it.
Okay.
And I got these from my friend for my birthday. He didn't even know I'm like a weird pen person. Okay. And it has been the most amazing pen I've ever used. I used to have 2. One of them broke, so when I lost the one, I was like, I need to find a new pen. I wasn't ready to give it up, but I found it. Life is okay again. I can write.
I hate to do this to you, but have you ever thought maybe you might be on the spectrum? Because my brother loves pens.
This incident did make me think that.
You should truly talk to my brother because he is pen specific. Okay, he will only take certain pens. His favorite, because he draws trains, he likes the big click pens, but they're very specific. Because then, like when he is overstimulated, he like flaps his hands. But we've taught him to like click pens, so it's not as like distracting.
I'm not a clicky pen person.
Oh, he likes a click.
I like a cap because I like the very manual fact of like taking off a cap, like you're ready to use it. It's put away. Like it's in passive mode or active mode.
So different types, but he is very pen specific. Yeah. And then when I go on vacation anywhere, I have to scour the streets for a clicky pen for him. But it can't have a chain because he hates when there's something clicking around.
That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I had one in high school and in college. Like, I had a very specific pen type. I like, still think about it to this day because I've never bought it since being in, like, school. But I told my coworker when I lost my pen, I was like, I'm going to have to go back to and try and find my high school one.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. For I kid you not, for my brother's birthdays and Christmas, we buy him just pens.
I love that.
All he has is, like, 1,000 pens. And he always has a pen on him.
If you find a good one, you know it.
He has his specific pen, and then he likes, like I said, like memorabilia pens.
Okay.
But he doesn't draw with those or, like, write anything.
That's just collection.
Yeah, he just likes to look at them, and, like, sometimes he'll use them and maybe throw them away once they're out of ink. But these are very specific, and when I tell you he draws, he could use crayons or colored pencils and it would probably be better. No, he like colors in with the pen. So he goes through a lot.
There is something about the like mechanism. A pen is way smoother than anything else. I love it.
You guys should call each other.
I live for my pen. People have asked me about it actually, like not even knowing I really loved this pen. people are like, that's a nice pen. Where'd you get it from? And I had to be like, I got it as a gift. Like, I can't even get it for myself. Like, that's the big barrier here is that, like, I can't go get one.
Can you text your friend and be like, what is this pen?
So it is a, like, Paper Source brand.
Okay.
But it was, like, seasonal. So I'm sure they have similar ones. But for me, it, like, would not be the same. I bet, like, the
once
color...
you get it good, you're like...
Yeah. So, plus it's probably, like, $42 for 2 pens. Like, big investment.
As someone who's familiar with pens, do you prefer color or do you stick with like black, blue?
This is what's crazy. I really go through phases of black and blue of like what I want, and I get like absolutely disgusted by the other. Like I do not want to see like blue pen whenever I'm in a black phase. And then every once in a while I'll feel a little spicy and I grab a red pen.
Oh,
but that's just from like our storage closet. I'm like, let's be a little zesty today. Like, let's see some red.
When my brother's angry at us, sometimes he'll write us a ticket. He's very autistic. He'll write us a ticket and like tell us that we're wrong. Yeah. And that will be in red pen a lot of the time.
I like it.
So we know.
Yeah, it's an aggressive color for the pen. You know what? He is on theme with his tickets.
Terrible. Oh, anyway. Okay.
What are you celebrating? Hopefully it's bigger than mine.
No, I feel so full. Oh my God. Yesterday was like I needed this day. I needed yesterday like so badly. I had the craziest week at work. For the next 3 weeks, my direct report is out on paternity leave. And then for 2 of those 3 weeks,
yikes.
My boss leaves for vacation. So I'm a one-woman show.
Why are those overlapping?
No, I know. And I am stressed as can be. And yesterday was like the last day. And I was just like, oh my God, I need a drink. So I went and grabbed a drink before the Liberty game where I went with 7 of my friends. And we had the best time. And the Liberty won. And I was screaming my little head off. And then after we went out again and we just danced and drank and hung out. And you know, one of those nights that you're like, yeah, that was it. It was that night.
You're like walking home with the cheesiest smile on your face, like just soaking it up, like collecting every memory.
I got a hot dog. Mayor Zoran Mamdani was at the game. Like
I saw you post that.
Oh my God. The crowd freaked out. Everyone was, first of all, we saw all these men in suits and we're like, what are men doing here in suits? Yeah. And then we're looking and we're like, as they're walking by, because we were like the second row in the 200s level, so we weren't like on the ground, but we see everyone cheering as these suits are like walking by and we're like, is that Zoran Mamdani? It has to be, right? Like it has to be. But we couldn't see. He was like all the way on the other side. Yeah. And then he walked back towards us in like the third or fourth quarter and everyone was like, that's Zoran Mamdani! And like we were fucking freaking out. Oh my God. But I was like, that's my president right there. And he was with the first lady. Oh my God. What a time.
I love that. To be in the same room as him would also give me a high.
No, truly, the only man to get a standing ovation at a Liberty game. Like, I couldn't. And he was just there with his lovely wife. And Ellie kissed him. It was so good. Anyway,
what a joyous evening.
We're back.
So much, too, to be, like, celebrating.
No, I know. It was just, like, there wasn't a bad moment. There was not a bad moment. I mean, I woke up a little hungover, but, you know, there's not a bad moment. But
sometimes I'm like, no, I earned that hangover. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel honored by those types of hangovers.
Yeah, it was so fun. And it was like the perfect hangover. You know what I mean? Where you're like, I'm not deathly ill, but I'm feeling a little sluggish, but that just means I had fun. Oh, yeah. So my cup is full today.
Love that. Well, let's overflow it with some gossiping about crazy things that are happening on the internet.
Oh man, I got some news this week.
You do? Okay, you go first.
Okay, well, first let me get this out of the way. WNBA news. Season has started. To the Patreon. The rosters have finally been kind of finalized, so I will do an update for our May bonus episode. That being said, Meredith, remember when I told you about Natasha Cloud, the activist basketball player who had not been signed to a team and we were all very worried? She got signed to Chicago.
That's
We love
huge
it.
because Chicago was getting some heat for some people they let go, right?
Yes. Yeah. Chicago is probably the worst run organization in the league. They do not treat their players well.
That's what I've heard. My friend here has tickets, and we were talking about how I think it's a guy who owns it, bought them for really cheap, basically is like cash poor, has no money to even invest in them long term. And so it's like that push and pull of like, sell the team, you can't afford this.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And they don't treat their players great. Like they don't even have a stadium to play. They play in DePaul's stadium.
The
college.
locker room shit. Yeah.
Locker room shit. They don't have a great practice facility. And Angel Reese, who was on the team for 2 years, spoke out about it and was like, if we want to win championships, like we can't be practicing at the local YMCA. Like, hello. And yeah, the team wasn't very happy about that. She got let go, which I think is better for her. She is now in Atlanta.
I agree.
10 out of 10. But this year, Chicago, like, grabbed a lot of people. Like, I'm shocked so many people want to go there. And I'm like, will Chicago be good? You know, it's like one of those.
Interesting.
Because the whole league was like, they were all free agents. So basically all the teams are like scrambled. Yeah. And so you don't really know who's going to be good. Like even last night I was like, I don't know if the Liberty are going to be good. Like we just don't.
This is an exciting time then in the WS. Like
many now.
People are entering. You don't have all this like history built up of who are the, you know, the top tier teams who are always going to be in playoff contention. It's like, all right, kind of clean slate, pick a team, let's go.
Yeah, you got to get in now. But yeah, I'm just really happy Natasha Cloud got signed to a team. I'm glad that the Chicago Sky picked her up.
And I'm glad she's in a city that is liberal. That you know, like the fandom won't be like Indiana where they just like pounce on her.
Yes, I'm very happy she's on a liberal team. Or like a liberal city team. Yeah, a 10 out of 10. It was heartbreaking because she's done a lot of work with Zoran Mamdani, so it was heartbreaking she like wasn't at the game. Like New York is really heartbroken to lose her. I cannot describe.
That's so tough.
We're happy she got signed because for a while she wasn't signed and we were worried.
Yeah.
But so that's good news.
That is amazing news.
Now, let's get to some other news. Did you see Starbucks is having a $9 experience now?
No. And what do you mean by experience? Are we just saying coffee?
They are hijacking their prices to $9 a cup. I'm sure that's like not the black coffee, but who gets black coffee at Starbucks? You know what I mean?
No, 100% because they don't actually have good coffee.
The CEO got slammed because he went on there and he's like, we are raising prices, but it's not just like coffee. Starbucks is an experience, so you're paying for an experience.
That is not true because they literally had an entire movement to stop people from like working there. That was the experience back in the day.
Well, now the experience is you're going to pay $9 for a Mocha Loca, whatever.
The only time I buy Starbucks is in the airport because you can order ahead and I will lose my morals in an airport.
The only time I do it is when someone gives me a fucking gift card and I'm like, free, I guess. But
yeah,
you can bet I'm not wasting my own money on Starbucks ever.
No. I'm not surprised by that because they hired the old CEO from Chipotle who ran Chipotle in the ground.
Yeah, so people are like, great, here comes Starbucks. But like, then I saw this guy do a video and he was like, you know what? Like, can we hire this CEO at brands we hate? Because people liked Chipotle and then he ran into the ground. But like, can we hire him?
We don't really
like,
care about Starbucks, so you can run that into the ground.
Exactly. So this man is like, y'all are mad, but like Starbucks will be ran in the ground and it'll be fine. Let's pick out some other brands that can then hire this man. And he's like,
100%.
Jeff Bezos dies, give him Amazon. Run that shit to the ground.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I will say Amazon should maybe be the last one because our society does run off Amazon. So like, we need to build up some infrastructure before we like cut us off from that.
A little true. But ever since I like don't buy off Amazon anymore, the amount of spending I do has lessened or
100%.
I can find so much shit on my own.
You realize how much discretionary like spending goes into like an Amazon. The only time 100%. I use Amazon, my mom has an account, is for things I physically cannot find anywhere else. And I don't have a car to be going to 17 different places. Have a car. Yeah. So like I do still have to use it. But
it's rare.
Very few. Yeah.
It's a rare one. But yeah, so Starbucks, enjoy your $9 experience if you go there. I would suggest not going there.
It sucks because I've always thought about, like I see influencers doing like coffee giveaways with the Starbucks gift card. And like, I think that's lovely because, you know, you're like giving back to your own community. But I wish there was another company. I guess you could do like Dunkin', but still, like, I wish there was a more like local chain or up and coming chain that I would feel better at supporting because like I would love to do stuff like that.
No, 100%. Yeah, it's just hard to be like, it is a nationally, like, it's such a huge brand.
Yeah.
And so everyone's familiar with it, but yeah.
It just sucks that it's a sucky company and a sucky experience. Like
yeah. No,
like
100%.
Amazon, good experience. Like, they give you what you need. Terrible company. But Starbucks, I'm always like, how are you still in business? This is a horrible experience.
It's because I think they haven't been $9 a cup, right? It was always somewhat-ish cheap, but it gave the illusion of like, we're nicer than Dunkin'. We're more of like this nice.
And they passed off some of their price increases of like, I always get oat milk. It's $1 more. So you don't feel like you feel like you're the problem being like, oh, I need it special. Like the normal experience would be like $5, but mine's $7 because I have to have oat milk and I had to have this.
You know, Dunkin' the last time I checked, didn't have like alternatives. It was just like milk a lot of the time. Like I don't drink coffee. And so one time I went to Dunkin' and I was like, can I get a hot chocolate? But can you make it with like any other milk that doesn't come from a cow or is lactose free? And they're like, no, we only have cow milk. And I was like, oh, well, then I can't give you my money.
I weirdly am like, that's so Boston of them to be like, no, we do it this one way and this way only.
Listen, I get it. Respect. I love a donut. Respect. However, I cannot give you my money. Like physically, I'll be ill in your store.
Yeah, you don't want it. I don't want it, you don't want it.
Unless you're letting me use the bathroom immediately, I can't buy your drinks.
And when they let you use the bathroom, they give you this wonky, huge-ass key. And you're like, I don't want to take a massive purse to the bathroom.
Yeah, but, and it's never clean. So let me just tell you. And I have to use the bathroom. So, yeah, Starbucks, run it into the ground for all I care. Bring back Chipotle.
I'm okay
what
with
happened
that.
there?
I've gotten off it for so long.
I've gotten off it for a long time, but I think I could get back on it. I liked Chipotle. It was solid.
Okay.
It was solid before it like gave everyone E. coli and stuff.
Oh, God.
Okay, should we volley? What do you have?
Yes.
Okay.
Lots of Bravo news here, okay? I don't know how much
let's go through.
Let's go through. Let's start off really happy because you're riding a high from last night. Did you see Scheana Shay releasing her first EP?
No, I didn't.
I thought you didn't see this because it was subtly announced, and I saw it on a current Vanderpump Rules producer's Instagram story, and I DM'd her and I said, oh my God, like, what is going on here? And she said, Scheana is releasing new music. And I said, my co-host is gonna lose it.
New music?
Yeah. She performed at her own birthday party, which, like,
I knew that. I saw that. And I was like, she was just screaming good as gold to her daughter. And I was like,
I did also see that.
But, am I going to have a Scheana Shay summer?
Oh, we really
like
don't have a song for the summer, so this kind of worries me now. Sheena Shay summer?
Yeah. Like, what if it's like a banging?
Summer?
What if it's like a banging album? You know what? Scheana Shay summer does kind of like match like the world's in turmoil, and the only person we're gonna like enjoy the summer is Scheana. That it seems kind of right. I might have a Scheana Shay summer.
Who is literally playing my Sims game? What is going on?
Yeah, this sounds right. We're at war. Scheana Shay's playing in the background. Yep.
Starbucks is $9. We're at war. Gas is like $5.
Thousands of dollars.
Where I grew up, where it used to always be max of like $250. But Scheana is coming out with an album finally.
Yeah, now when they do mass layoffs, they could be like, at least Scheana Shay gave you music to enjoy.
You're so right. Who needs Noah Kahan's depressing album? Scheana Shay can put us in the mood.
Oh my God, coin it. Scheana Shay summer. That's
Scheana
what
Shay
this
summer.
Is.
Yeah, I don't know when it's coming out, or any actual details, but
better hurry up. She could have the song of the summer. And for one, I'm going to vote for it. I'm so excited. I wonder what it's going to be.
For you.
Oh my God. I wonder remember when she would always say the gays love her? Maybe if it's out by Pride. Scheana Shay
Hear me out. Well, actually this won't happen, but in a world where Scheana didn't like roast Lisa Vanderpump in her book, Scheana would be coming to New Vanderpump. She would be performing at Pride, and we would get it on the next season. But that's not happening.
No.
That's okay.
No. Unfortunately, she's going to go, like, next door, though. Because as we know, or we've heard from people, Sir doesn't seem to be popping as much.
You're not wrong. So she will find a new establishment and a new float to perform on.
Ooh, she'll be at, say something about what's the sandwich?
Something about her. As I'm literally wearing that sweatshirt.
I'm like, what is it? I'm staring right at it.
Say something about her.
Say something about her.
That's what Katie wants to do about Scheana.
Yeah. Yeah, but like maybe just to get some traffic. They're like, whatever. Scheana's offering to play for free. I'm sure.
I don't know if that's going to pan out.
We can see. We'll just see what happens.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. Wow, I'm pumped. Scheana Shay. Saving the day.
Shay.
All right, what else you got? Do you have two more pieces?
Oh, I've got a lot. Oh,
great.
You can go if you have something.
Wes Wilson slept with Jen Fiesler.
Oh my God.
Or Fessler, whatever her name is, from Real Housewives of New Jersey. And I had to Google this woman and say, who is this? Because a second I was so like,
irrelevant.
She's a friend of, I feel like.
Yes.
For one season.
She isn't even part of that cast moving forward.
And then I looked her up. I go, that's Marge's friend.
Yes.
Oh, that's incredible. And you know how we found out? Sierra told us. Oh, incredible.
It's crazy because Jen involved herself in this like commentary. She commented on Wes Wilson. Yes. This is why Sierra made this comment. Sierra didn't just drop this bomb out of nowhere. Jen Fessler, I think, was on like a red carpet and made a comment, about West and everything.
Okay.
Josh the Roni Stan is the one who posted the comments.
Mm-hmm.
He posted this on Threads. Former Real Housewives of New Jersey friend of Jen Fessler was asked by Page 6 about the Summer House scandal tonight and said this about Wes. Wes is the cutest, sweetest golden retriever puppy dog. He does not mean any harm. He didn't mean it. He's just trying to have a good time. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. Give him a break. And then Josh was like, girl. And Sierra commented on that post and said, LOL, because they slept together too.
Oh my God, Jen is so embarrassing. What do you mean?
You did not need to get involved in this.
What did you mean he didn't mean it? What do you mean? We're just gonna not hold men. We're not gonna hold men accountable. Let's just not. Oh, he's a puppy. We can't. This is the Schwartz. This is the Schwartz thing where it's like, oh, that Lisa always does. Oh, but he's just Schwartzy. He didn't know any better. No, fuck you, Jen Fiesler. You're one.
But at least, Schwartz always seemed slightly, apologetic. Wes has done none of that.
Oh, my God, Jen Fiesler. How embarrassing to link yourself to this. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and then Wes got on his Instagram and said, this is news to me. And everybody's roasting him for that because they're like, oh, so you can't comment on things. Oh, so you do respond to things when they matter. Yeah.
Ooh.
Because people are pulling receipts now. It went fast, Alicia, where Jen had or has a podcast.
Yeah.
They've had, some different interactions over the years within the Bravo world or, podcasts. And, the footage, makes it kind of weird. It is weird,
Mm-hmm.
To be, this, doe-eyed for a, man who's, 30 years younger than you. And then Jen recently posted for her anniversary to her husband because she is married, and it says, I would still love you if you slept with Wes or Amanda. And people are like, why would you say that? That's weird.
Oh my God, is she clinically insane? What is that?
I don't know. And then the other receipt that I find even weirder is I don't know if it's Daisy's podcast, if she has a podcast, but Daisy's in the clip.
Yeah,
it's a yacht podcast or something with another person. I don't know who the other person is, but the guy was like, oh, I know Wes Wilson has slept with a housewife. I won't say which one. And Daisy was like, you have to say it. And he goes, all I'll give you is it's West Coast. And Daisy goes, it has to be from New Jersey. You know all the New Jersey housewives.
You
and
mean
he goes,
it's
I
East
can't
Coast?
say anything. Oh, yeah. It has to be
Okay.
East Coast. And Daisy goes, it has to be New Jersey. You know everyone on New Jersey. And he goes, I can't say anything. And that was from last fall, the podcast. But that podcast posted that clip on their story yesterday when all this was going down.
Yeah, Daisy. I love Daisy being like, you have to say it. Hell
Say it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Say it with your chest. Don't drop tidbits. Don't sit here and be like, I know it's true, but I can't tell you how. Then don't even tell me. If you're not going to give me because how am I to believe you? And I like Daisy being like, you got to say something. And the guy's like, okay, I'll drop a little tidbit. And she said, I'm going to call you out because I know which housewife franchise you're associated with.
That's the thing.
Hell yeah.
If I already knew the details of like how you would know, you can't tease me about it.
I'm going to call it out. I'm going to tell you.
I would much rather he say it and then they bleep it out because I totally understand respect on editing out. But like, if
That's
you
fine.
won't tell the person you're actually in person with telling, it's hard for me to believe you. But I do believe this because this was like 6 months ago that he said this.
But yeah, Jen was married right? She's been married.
Yes, she's married.
Awesome.
But even, let's just say this isn't true. It is weird to me that you're going on a red carpet being like, oh, that sweet baby boy. Oh,
No, that's great. That'd be like one of our mothers to like one of our friends being like, he's just... Shut the fuck up.
No.
Oh, Jen. Terrible. Terrible. Terrible way to come back into your fame. That's crazy.
Yeah, people said this is what happens when you get involved in something you shouldn't be involved in.
Yeah. Now she's associated with the enemy. Sucks for Jen. But
and he's a liar. Like, he lies about his affair partner. So, like, he has no credibility for people to even believe him or her that they're lying. Like, it honestly doesn't matter if this is true. Your name is now associated with this man who is sketchy.
Also, hilarious that he's been dead-ass silent and comes out to be like, I don't remember sleeping with Jen, or whatever he said. This is news to me. Sir, you should throw your phone in the river and just like give up on trying to be famous at this point. I actually, there's a complex store that opened up in Soho, NoHo area.
What could they possibly sell?
I don't know, but there was a line, so I didn't pop in.
God.
It might just be like it's like not an exhibit, but like they're doing a special like lease,
like
thing. Pop up, yeah, whatever. But as I walked past it, I was like, damn, if Wes Wilson shows up, he's going to get jumped. Like, you can't show your face.
That man does not know when to speak up and shut up.
Of course, no, he's
His
a nightmare.
instincts are exactly opposite.
Shout out Sierra Miller for calling that bullshit out. That's awesome.
I
That's
want
10 out of
more
10.
of that from my girlie.
10 out of 10. Okay, you go. What else is
This
Bravo?
one's also a terrible man.
Tell me.
James Kennedy, about to be a dad.
Yeah, he's going to have a baby. Isn't that crazy? Do we know if it's a boy or girl?
I don't know any details. I believe his girlfriend is 7 months pregnant.
Wow,
Or maybe it's his girlfriend of 7 months. Now I'm questioning things.
I think it was girlfriend of 7 months.
Okay. I just remember seeing 7 months somewhere. So either she's been pregnant for 7 months or...
I believe I saw that they had been dating for 7 months because I didn't see anywhere of like when the baby was coming.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing him with a girlfriend at all in the last, like, let's say year and a half. This will be interesting.
How fun. How fun for yikes, But Allie, his ex, seems to be doing way better. She's in Charleston now.
She was on Southern Hospitality. She was on Maddie's birthday boat in that episode.
Very fun.
I think she'll join that show.
Which I think is going to be great. Allie can read all their charts and stuff.
She's a good B character.
She's great B character. But yeah, so James Kennedy is going to have a child, and that seems right. Scheana Shay summer, James Kennedy becoming a dad. I mean, at this point, I'd be surprised if there was good news. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be surprised if like James Kennedy comes out and apologizes and has been getting help. That would surprise me. James Kennedy becoming a father.
Chooses to be celibate for the rest of his life.
Yeah, the timeline we're in, this makes sense.
You're so right.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is, like, we're in such a bad timeline that I'm like, oh, no worries. Like, I didn't feel I was just like, okay.
Yeah, no, I saw it and I went, awesome, great. What else? What's next, Bravo? Yeah. We're already in the midst of a scandal. And then West and Jen, like, just keep it coming, you know? Do you have another one? Do you have another thing?
No more Bravo news.
Okay, great.
I just have one other news.
Okay.
That, have you been hearing about this virus or this, like, sickness on this cruise ship? And everybody on the internet is cracking me up about these people.
Yeah.
Because they were on, like, a cruise ship where, like, the minimum ticket was, like, $17,000, upwards of, like, $40,000. It's, like, a disease or whatever, or something spread through, like, rat poop and mice poop or whatever.
It's like rat stuff.
So it's, like, they said it's not airborne, but somehow all these people are getting it. And then it's, like, no, keep them on that ship. And I wholeheartedly agree. Like, so sorry to you sitting on that ship, but it's not like it's sinking. It's just that, like, you might get sick, and I'm so sorry, but, like, quarantine yourself from those people.
Quarantine. Like, for you to want to be docked and come back, you're selfish.
Like normal?
For that. You're selfish for that. It's the same people who didn't get vaxxed. Like, you're selfish. You're hurting other people around you. So, like, no, enjoy your time. You paid $17,000. You might as well enjoy your time on this cruise ship. Sorry if you get sick.
It's not like you're far out to sea and we can't get you and you have no food. Dock it at one of these ports. I'll help chip in for some lobster. You can enjoy your time on that cruise ship. Don't come off. But they came off. They already released them. No quarantining.
These idiots. Everyone enjoy getting sick then. And y'all deserve to rot for that shit.
Yes, I will say the funniest comments I saw were, I know there's an iceberg out there somewhere, which I was like, oh my God, we don't need to
I saw that one
ship.
And I was like, yeah. No, listen, I say it all the time. I love when bad things happen to rich people. Like, $17K for a ticket? Yeah. I have, sorry. I don't have a lot of empathy at this point in time because you're not paying taxes while I am. So I don't really care too much. I can't afford to be sad.
People did have a great idea also and said there is an empty billionaires island ready for them.
There is. I mean, they've been together this long. And how is everyone getting sick if it's not airborne? Can we think, what are you guys doing on the ship?
Yes, I saw a like, what do you call it? Like epidemiologist or whatever. Somebody who like does stuff like this with like pandemics. And they were like, there is one version of this in South America that we have seen as airborne. They did dock in South America. I'm like, guys. But I will say they are finding other cases unrelated to these people in like Switzerland. And I'm like, all right. Whoa. I can't do another pandemic. I just need a warning. I can go with the flow. Just tell me when the flow's starting. When is the pandemic starting? You
gotta let me know. Do I gotta ask my parents to move back in again? So I could have company because New York really shut down last time and, you know, the suburbs has more room. Like, I just need to know what, like, could we plan? And am I going to run out of toilet paper again? Can you let me know if I should stock up on things? Because, like,
what leads to, like, us being out of it. Like, can we have our infrastructure in a better place this time, please?
Yeah. Is my company going to tell me all of a sudden to work from home? Like, I have to then be prepared.
You're right.
You're making me go back into office 3 days a week. I have to mentally... I
leave my home mentality. Yes. I need to change my setup for I will be home 24/7.
Yeah. You know, I was talking to my therapist about how, like, the world's in shambles and now we have another virus and, like, everything's wrong. And she was like, you know, like, our generation from, like, the last pandemic, our nervous system still has not, like, corrected itself. Because everything bad that happens, we're all of a sudden, like, parts of us are like, we can't care at this point. Like, whatever happens, you know, we get bombed, whatever. But at the same time, we're, like, internally panicking, too, being like, how can we prepare? Because I think I talk both sides, right? And one day I'm like, yeah, the world ends. Don't worry about me. I'll just die. And then the other end, I'm like, how do I survive?
I'm running through every worst case scenario, like mentally preparing myself for another horrible pandemic and what that will look like.
Yeah, so I would love just some prep to know what direction, because I don't know
better
at this
guidance from our leaders.
Well, have you seen who's leading us?
Yeah, no, it's the same one from last time. I bet this will go wonderfully.
You know, I mean, how come every time he's in office, there's a giant pandemic happening? You know what I mean? But I trust that so our mom Donnie will let me know, and I'll tell everyone, okay? I'll shout that shit from the rooftops.
Listen, we are all on TikTok now, so information spreads way faster, but I need it to be real information, not misinformation.
Yeah, I hate the people who are like, this is why you need to hunker down. I'm like, well, I don't know. But then people who are like, actually, it's not a real virus. I'm like, well, help me.
It's killing people. It's help like a 30 to 40% chance people die. So awesome. I don't want anywhere near it.
No. And all like you said, there's an island this time around. We got options.
We could have. Now they are free range like humans.
And can we wait for this new pandemic until like after WNBA season? Is that possible? Can you just let me have my Scheana Shay summer and be done?
Sports teams love to make money. No shade on that.
They do.
They, I think, have learned, because a lot of them did like a bubble system, or some of them did a bubble system at that OG pandemic, that I think they could still make sports happen. I don't think we can attend, but we could watch.
I want to go.
I understand, but...
want to go. I'm going to whine. I want to go on this hypothetical pandemic that I'm talking about.
You know what? I did enjoy it. Baseball season, you had to sit, there were breaks between seats. I do miss that. Same with planes. No people in the middle seats.
Yeah. You know what? Well, no one's flying anyway because prices are jacked. R.I.P. Spirit.
Oh my God.
R.I.P. Spirit. You deserved better. I flew Spirit a lot. I liked Spirit. For a cheap
I never have because it just never made sense for my destinations. But I was never against it.
I went last year to Florida twice for a wedding, just for a weekend. And all I needed was one bag. Spirit was great. Got me there and back. The thing someone once told me was, with Spirit, you're paying like like the prices you're paying are so low. Expect a low experience.
Yes,
and that's
absolutely.
what you do in Spirit. Like when I pay $400 one way for Delta, I'm like, y'all should kiss the feet. Like, what are we doing? It doesn't come with free meals? That's crazy. Spirit, they've told you our job is to get you...
Yes, they are telling you exactly who they are.
There and back alive. Doesn't matter if you're hurt. We'll just get you there alive.
Yeah.
Every time. And Spirit will take off during like hurricanes and like floods and shit. They're crazy. R.I.P. to them. I love them. Anything I could do to help.
Well... People are trying to put a crowdsource campaign together to buy the airline.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it's not that the airline was in like a really shitty spot. It's that it was in a very tight business model that the gas prices, the like fuel prices made it go out of business.
Mm-hmm. Which is crazy because like, why isn't Southwest out of business? That's like, I'm a big Southwest hater.
They actually have a really good model when it comes to fuel where they set their prices with fuel suppliers like 6 months out. So they are still running on prices from before this war.
I know. I'm just like such a big Southwest hater. I'm a hater of all. Delta's not even serving snacks anymore.
Just for the under 350 miles, but still, like that's a lot of trips. And like, I want a snack and I want a drink.
I get thirsty. And sometimes I do get a little nauseous on planes. I need a ginger ale. You're going to deny me I'm going to throw up then. If you deny me the ginger ale, I'm throwing up.
Yes.
So how about that? And the only thing getting me through my nauseum or whatever, I sit there and I see the cart coming and I go, just a little bit longer. You're okay.
And
like, I don't see the cart now.
I sometimes don't want a full soda from the airport. It's not even about price. It's that like if I'm at a nighttime flight, I don't need at 11 p.m. a giant ass soda. And I love soda. So like I would. I would get a little taste of that on the plane.
I just need the ginger ale. And my most frequent flight is New York to Chicago. That's never getting snacks.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Actually,
Fuck your
I think
corporate
you still
greed.
will, because that's like an hour and a half, isn't it? I think most of these are under an hour, 45-minute flights.
Yeah, it can hit.
You might be spared, my girl.
Better, because I want that ginger ale. But it tells me
that like my St. Louis to Chicago flight, I can't ever take Delta.
Oh no, no.
Most airlines don't, because it is so quick that by the time you get up, if they don't have a solid 15 minutes, they will not do it anyway. So
that I get, but like just do the thing then on the end. You don't have to announce. I mean, I respect the honesty.
You don't have to make it a sweeping policy.
Yeah, you could just be like, hey, we didn't get up in time.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you're going to be nauseous,
I know when they're cutting costs sometimes. I hear that announcement every single time, and I say, you're gaslighting me. You could have done this.
But then I'm like, okay, fine, just get me to my destination. But then I think also, if I'm feeling nauseous, I should be able to ask the staff and be like, can I have a ginger ale? Because I'm fucking dying here.
Yes.
10 out of 10. Anyway.
Also, I think you should just hand out the snacks as soon as I'm entering the airplane.
That would save so much time and money.
Yeah.
That would save so much time.
Because you know what? Fine, I can bring my own soda. The joy I get out of the rotating snacks on Southwest is incredible.
You're gonna give me a wipe anyway. Just give me some pretzels with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're handing me all those earbuds so I could listen to whatever. No, just give me my pretzels and I'll go sit down. Genius.
I have my own headphones. Give me the pretzels.
If spring comes back, they should hire us. We know how to run an airplane. Like, this is crazy. Anyway, can I end this on some good news for us?
Yes.
Okay, did you see Prime Video is going to have their summer of, like, teen summer love stories or whatever?
I'm very excited about this.
All I thought was of you and Maxton Hall, because I was like, when will that be back for her?
The fall.
Incredible. But they are doing a Legally Blonde prequel, which I think is so stupid.
But listen, I'll take it.
But like her whole growth was in the original movie. What growth is she gonna have here that still makes her the same?
I've seen the preview and it's like she has to move to like Seattle and she's like pissed because it's not her vibe. And I'm like, okay.
But like the whole point of the first movie was she moved into Harvard, and that wasn't her vibe. Yeah. So this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so it's like she's already done this. Of course Harvard was then easy.
This doesn't make sense. But they also are going to have the off-campus series, which, Meredith, I don't know if you remember, but I told you about these books in great detail one time because I hated them, so I wanted to spoil them.
Yes. I know Jill's really excited about it, but I still haven't read them, but I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. Oh, don't read them. I already told you. Just go listen to our podcast. But the first season's obviously Hannah and Garrett Graham. Yep. Do I remember these people that much? No. I kept getting it confused with a different hockey book that I didn't really care about. So I have very little. I kept talking to one of my friends about it and being like, what was the conflict? And she was like, probably that like they couldn't be together because they came from different worlds. And I was like, no, is this the book where she like fell into the ice? And she was like, no, I don't think that's it.
This is the problem. I have read a lot of either hockey or ice skating love story books that they do all blend together.
Did you read Icebreaker?
Yes.
Okay, I kept getting it confused with Icebreaker because Icebreaker, he has a rich dad and they go to her home and then she falls into the ice. Terrible.
Yes.
Terrible, right? But
I've also read like The Deal, where they, like, agree, I think, to, like, she tutors him and...
That's this!
Wait.
The Deal.
I thought that was...
Nope, she's tutoring him. You've read... Okay, so you've read this book.
Wait. That's what... Wait.
Off-campus series starts with The Deal.
Okay, I didn't watch the other ones. Okay, I have read this.
Yeah, okay, so I couldn't think of the conflict. I still haven't even looked it up.
This is why I don't like series that, like, focus on different characters because then they get a name, like with Heated Rivalry, it's the Game Changer series. I don't know the series name.
I do.
So, like, I would have... The problem is I would have watched this and not realized I already knew the story. So
she tutors him. She's in music or something, and he's a hockey player.
The conflict is that they become fake dating because of her, like, crazy ass...
Oh, no, she has this. She's really in love with the football player.
That.
And so they faked it. No, but there's another conflict. I think his dad comes in and is like...
oh, yes.
Isn't his dad like... Because I remember reading this book and being like, she should just tell Garrett that his dad's an asshole. He already knows. And she was like, I have to leave him to preserve the relationship. But then I was like, I feel like that's also Icebreaker. But then I rememred Icebreaker has her skating partner. Her skating partner who like broke her arm or something. I don't remember.
There definitely is something with the dad, and I wonder if the dad's like, he's going pro, like, don't ruin this for him. It's something where, like, the dad tells her something, and she leaves the relationship to, like, let him be.
Yeah, it was something like that.
But I think they start hooking up because was she sexually assaulted and she, like...
Yes, she was sexually assaulted.
And he's like, I can help you, like,
enjoy
sex again.
Yeah, he's like, you could bang out your drama on me. But the conflict is the relationship faces a crisis in the third act due to misunderstandings and pressure from Garrett's family. But they ultimately overcome it. Okay, so there's always an asshole dad. Did you read the other books in this series? Okay, great. Because I remember one of them I told you everything about. Because I was like, this was actually...
Yeah, it was like one of his friends or something.
Yeah,
or
and
like
her best friend.
Okay.
And that book was actually kind of good because the drama was... the drama was dramaing. This one, not as much. This one was like, we can't be together because my dad and I have trauma.
So are they going to cover all of the stories all at once?
No, I think the first season. I think they've all signed on for 4 seasons because there's 4 books. Because they already have all the characters.
They do timeline-wise, obviously don't happen like at the exact same time.
It's like one at a time, yeah.
Okay.
But all the characters have signed on. So I think everyone was like, is in a 4-year contract. And so...
That's good. I like that.
So that's fun.
My least favorite thing is whenever they do a show or a movie series where an actor isn't signed on and then you get a new dad every single... Like,
no, love that.
Every single movie.
No, I love. And these actors, they all look to be at least 27, 28. So that's great. We're not even trying to cast accordingly. But shout out. Can't wait to relive this mess of a fucking book.
I'll watch it. Also,
I'm going to watch it.
Another book to movie show is that like Every Summer After is, but it has a different name for the show. I think it's Every Year After.
Was that the one where they all kind of blur at some point? You know what I mean?
This is the one where she goes to that lake every summer. She lives in a different city from these 2 boys who live next door to her, becomes best friends with the brothers. And she hooks up with... She's dating the one brother and then cheats on him with the other.
Oh, yeah. It would have been 5 stars. And then when the brother thing happened, I knocked it down a full star. Oh, yeah. Yep. We have that one. The Love Hypothesis is also coming to Prime with Lily Reinhart.
I already think that had a movie or a show on
They filmed it a long time ago, but it hasn't been released yet.
Okay.
But that's also coming. Yeah, wow. I'm going to be busy this summer. I got shit to do.
That's hard because I already have fucking 2 Love Islands at once.
We got 2 Love Islands.
What I'm hearing is I just have to quit my job, you know?
What I do think is at least the deal will come out, I think, all at once. So then you could like binge it.
I do and don't appreciate that sometimes because it's nice to just one and done, get it over with, talk about it. I do love a slow drop though because I like to be able to slowly talk about it. Like, enjoy it for weeks and weeks. But because there is so much, I'll take the one and done.
I agree, but I like that for, like, big show. This better not be. Also, I don't think it's going to be as big as, like, other shows we watch. Like, oh my God, the amount of people who were like, why are they trying to do a straight heated rivalry? And I was like, it's a different book, you guys.
Also, like, that book has been out forever, too.
Yeah, let us live.
Hockey Smut was such a moment there. Nobody thought any of these books were going to become TV shows, so...
No. And honestly, they probably shouldn't be. But I'm going to watch them. No. They probably shouldn't
be. Really quick on Heated Rivalry, did you see that Jacob Tierney said he's going to have an entire episode in season 2 to a Mozart song? And people are, like, laughing about it. And one girl on TikTok was like, do you guys not realize this is going to be the most devastating episode in the entire, season?
What do you mean? What do you mean to a Mozart?
Wait,
what do you mean?
It's just going to be, like, so intense. Like, I've heard the song he already picked out. It's just going to be the most intense thing we have ever experienced.
What part do you think that's going to cover?
I don't know. That's the problem, because there's, like, a few devastating moments. It's like, is it Christmas when he, like, kind of, like, kicks Shane out and they have that fight? Or is it, like, the plane crash? Or is it... Sorry, spoilers. I don't even know what's being covered in season 2, because, like, I've heard they might split it into 2 seasons.
What do you mean?
His depression and going to, like, therapy? Like, which one?
Thank God this is going to be after Scheana Shay summer. This is going to be spring. I could be sad in the spring.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Terrible. I can't wait. Anyway.
But at least it's in the winter. You're right. Like, I can't do that in the summer.
No, not during Scheana Shay summer.
No.
That's different. We can wait until spring, April of 2027. I'm ready to be destroyed for at least 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And probably some after. But like I'm prepared.
Same.
And that'll be the only thing I think or talk about for like at least this podcast will be strictly like what's the long game? That is strictly. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, we can skip book club because we kind of already talked about books.
That was it. Book to TV show pipeline.
News to book to TV. Okay, what are you watching?
I watched that cult documentary you told me to watch.
Oh my God, Natureboy.
Wasn't the fuck crazy? Was that?
You know, sometimes I think I could be in a cult, and then sometimes I watch and go, not if it's in nature. There's no way.
I knew that you were going to have that thought because I had the same thought. The minute you tell me I have to come sleep in a tent, I'm not coming.
No. You're telling me I can't use indoor plumbing when it's right there?
Right there?
I don't think so. You want me to shit?
Girl was like, I did sneak in there the first night and use the bathroom, and then I had to go to the bathroom the next day. I go, yeah, that's your body. You have to go to the bathroom every day. You got to go shit in the woods every day when a house is right there.
Yeah, and then they're like, this watermelon came from my shit. And I'm like, oh. That one guy was shitting out watermelon seeds into the earth, and then watermelon or disgusting. I know that's like what happens. Disgusting, though.
I cannot believe that they documented so much on the internet.
I can't believe it got crazy when Natureboy like took his friend's wife and then impregnated her, and I was like, Jesus Christ!
Because for people who have not watched this, it's on Hulu.
Oh, right.
It's a 4-episode documentary about this guy who believes he's God, which classic cult, you know. I was like, yeah, on board. Fine. You can be God for a minute.
Great.
He moves out of the country to Costa Rica, I bet, I believe.
Yeah.
And then convinces other people to move with him because he's getting like this following on Instagram, on YouTube. And I get why he moved.
Like, it was trying times. It was trying times, especially for Black people, which Natureboy is Black. I think he's still alive. They really didn't end it. Oh my God! But
like, you can't change races. I thought that's what you were saying with the was.
No, was.
He's alive. He's alive.
Okay, he is Black, and it was trying times in America. It was like 2017. Trump had just been elected. Like, I get why he was like, we got to get out of here. I get why people said we got to get out.
Roots. People are attacking us. There were a lot of like police brutality and deaths at the hand of the police. It was scary. I totally understand. And to be honest, I even understood that, like, let's get back to nature. I see how people want to live a life like that.
But shut out.
I won't fall into it, but go off. It's that you are renting an Airbnb and pitching a tent in the backyard.
Not everyone's allowed in that Airbnb.
Did anybody, like, live in the Airbnbs at first?
No, I don't think so. That's what also confuses me, was like everyone was outside except this guy, except God. God would be amongst his people, no?
At the beginning, the cult was fine. Like, they were fine. They were eating from the land, like eating more naturally. They all seemed happy. Like, they really wanted, and this is how cults start, is you want a community, you want something better for yourself. And so, like, I understand how I could fall into a cult. I understand how people can fall into a cult. This one isn't for me because of the living outdoors. You tell me there's a plush bed for me, I'm in.
You tell me to hand over my debit card? I don't think so, honey.
I'm getting on my app and I'm locking that thing.
And what do you mean we're starving? Everyone was so fucking hungry. This guy's eating like shrimp and shellfish, and everyone else is eating poop, basically.
Because at first they're in Costa Rica. They're living like what Natureboy had sold them. They're living on the land, even though that's not for us. Then they get kicked out of Costa Rica.
They go everywhere.
Yes, because they basically can't be in the U.S. because the laws would catch up to them and they would be arrested.
They go to Mexico. They go to Nicaragua. They go like fucking everywhere. Also, that's got to be expensive. All those plane tickets for all those people.
No, they're driving. They're in cars.
Oh, crazier.
Yeah.
They went to Atlanta for a little bit.
Had to leave very quickly.
They were hunkered down there. And immigration kept coming because they're literally documenting everything. Immigration kept showing up and being like, you can't be in our country. We've told you this a bunch of times.
Your tourist visa. You cannot be here.
And it got bad when he went from being like, let's live off the land and be together, to like basically yelling at them and being like, I'm God and you can't go against me. And I'm going to make a sex cult so all your wives can fuck me. I was like, whoa.
It used to just be like, I have the ideas and like, we're going to live the life that I recommended, living off the land, to you will take off my shoes and kiss my toes and rub my feet, and I will separate the men and women into different villas, and I will fuck all the women in that villa and not tell the men. Mm-hmm. And even though they're all like dating them, it just got so weird. He wifed
them up. And then he wanted to keep all the women to himself, and he was like, the men should start like chopping their dicks off to then be
Did
like in
couple. Do that?
I don't think so. I think we would have
It sounds
heard
like
of that.
He like pushed the ideas of how far he could go with just the like, would you do this? Because they also said the same thing about like his like cum. Would they swallow his cum? And that one guy was like, I'm gonna be honest, like everybody said yes.
Which I get, it's a cult. That's the thing, is you can't like go against it. But you know, this is how I get killed in a cult if I'm in one. Something crazy like that happens, and I just look to the person next to me. I'm like, this is nuts, right? And then they turn me in.
It slowly happens. So,
I know.
You get so desensitized to it, and like, what's a yes? I would. Like, I would for my own safety probably say yes to, but I would not
say yes, and then maybe like me and my friend are alone, and I'd be like, hey, that was like crazy, right? But the thing in a cult is you can't trust people.
I know.
And that's how they like, you know,
because,
get
like,
their
they're
power.
Not allowed to leave. Like, that one guy got yelled at for leaving the property, and it's like, I can't even go for a walk.
I know. My favorite was that Canadian woman the one white woman that showed up, and then Canada was like, the embassy was calling for her.
Yes.
And this girl was like, it wasn't a cult. And I'm like, girl, you're lucky your family loves you that much. You are lucky. Because then everyone else was like, when we wanted to leave, we couldn't just leave and be like, it was a bad idea, because everyone would have been like, duh.
I know.
Crazy.
That was crazy, because like that woman, the white woman, went kind of missing anyways. And so then when she popped up on a YouTube channel, people were like, the fuck?
No, it was crazy. I feel, again, bad for anyone who's like is in cults and then has to like get out. Obviously, if you're pushing your cult on me, I don't love that. But you watch these and you're like, that's insane how like this happened. But this cult, not for me. It was more weird. Also, if you think I'm not going to laugh at a man having a temper, I would kind of be like, this is kind of stupid, right?
Well, because
then, you know what's the craziest part? I have a very strong
sense of self that I don't think I would fall into a cult like this. Again, you could get me with like my own loves already. Like, I could get into a heated rivalry cult. I could get into a wine cult. Like,
I'm begging to be in a heated rivalry cult. Let me in.
I'm in it, to be honest.
But my favorite was when the one woman was like, we would sit for hours and listen to him talk. And I'm like, my God, how boring is that?
I know.
We're in Costa Rica and we're just listening to this man speak for hours.
I also just think about the people online who are sitting there watching this constantly. Like,
sending him money.
I won't even be that.
Sending him money. And then he got put on trial, and I think, I don't know. It didn't end great.
I think they were in like Las Vegas or Nevada or somewhere on the West Coast. Because, during the pandemic, obviously lockdowns happening. They go to Hawaii. They break quarantine, get kicked out of Hawaii.
The locals were not happy.
That was so funny.
Which happened to another cult during COVID.
Shut up.
Did you watch it was either the Mother God cult or the Twin Flames cult. But
no.
One of those cults also went to Hawaii and didn't abide by rules, and the locals chased them out during COVID. I was like, wow, flashback. I couldn't remember which one, but both those were very good cult documentaries as well.
That like Hawaii was just a beacon for cults to be like, come here and enjoy life, I guess.
Yeah, it's somewhere to be outside, and like your followers are like happy because they're getting vitamin D. I don't know.
I guess. But yeah, they get kicked out of Hawaii in 2020. They go to like Arizona, Utah, or Nevada somewhere. And one girl tries to leave in the middle of the night. Natureboy rapes her.
Yes.
She does escape.
And then lets her go, yeah.
But then she didn't even, like, press charges. It's that, like, one of those followers DM'd her and said, he put all your sex tapes on Twitter.
Yeah, it was revenge porn.
Crazy. So that's how they were starting to get him to go down, which, hell yeah, we love that, but...
That one follower she was like, from the beginning, I was watching this for the mess. And then I got involved for the mess. And I was like, no, good for you, girl.
The way that, one woman, the, like, T YouTube channel, she cataloged everything.
Good for them.
And then the other woman created, like, we're going to take down this cult page and DM'd the woman who left and was like, hey, this is on Twitter. And then obviously that woman got upset and they were like, we have been in contact with the police. Like, if you make statements, like, we can get the ball rolling here.
And I just have to tell you, where was I? Because obviously there were a bunch of cults in COVID and I wasn't getting any of their bullshit. I would have I would have been bored too. I could have done investigating.
Okay, I didn't know that. During a pandemic, getting
what was I
watching that. But like in 2018, what are people doing on YouTube watching this cult in Costa Rica?
No, 100%. But yeah, once it hits 2020, we had this I don't remember if Mother God was in COVID because they went to a hotel and she died and they had a mask on her to try. Did you not know about the Mother God cult?
No.
Oh, it's very...
I've learned through this documentary, or like I've decided, I think, through this, I'm not a cult person. I'm a murder person through and through.
No,
watching and listening to, not doing. Just got to clarify that every time.
You can do whatever you want. No judgment here. But if they deserve it, just kidding. But... No, the Mother God cult is like one of the craziest stories. It was basically a cult where they all like sat around and got high. And it was this woman and she thought she was God. So that everyone like followed her. And she was like very loving. And then she had a substance abuse problem. So she was like kind of crazy. But she also had Father God, who was also fucking crazy. But basically, you see the whole cult. It's a very interesting cult. Like very interesting. And then at the end, she like dies. But... her idea was that all these like people were gonna come get her in a spaceship. Like she was praying to Robin Williams. It was the craziest shit.
Hey, that I like.
Could be worse. But basically they were in a hotel and she was blue because she drank this like silver thing and it turned her like skin fully blue. She dies. And then they like...
Wait. Blue as in like, do you remember that movie Big Fat Liar where he goes in the pool and they die in blue? Like that blue? Or like...
I mean, it
just
was a little...
losing oxygen, like turning blue?
She was alive. It probably looked more like losing oxygen, but she was fully alive and blue for like weeks, this woman. And then she died in this hotel and they kept her in this hotel for a long time because they kept like measuring the heat off the body and they were like, see, she's still alive because she's going to be taken by the spaceship with Robin Williams. And they're documenting it all. And all the medical professionals are like, nope, she's just like decomposing. And like energy is like leaving her. And so then the hotel staff is like, hey, you can't have you have to leave. And so then they leave and cross like state lines with this dead body, which is illegal.
That's another,
my God. And the best part is the money guy of this cult turned everyone in, got off scot-free. He didn't get touched. And then all these people, you catch up with them where they are now, they're all still like praying to the outer universe. And like a lot of them have gotten back in touch with their family, but they're still very like, well, what we were taught was true. Yeah. Oh, it was hilarious. Great cult on HBO. It's called Love Has Won. Wow.
Okay. Well, with Natureboy, he obviously his trial happens. He wholeheartedly believes that he did nothing wrong. Yada, yada, yada. At the end, when it was like, he still has followers and they're trying to get him out. How do you still have followers?
People are ingrained in this. Ingrained.
I don't get it. Move on. Let him be in jail.
No.
I have a question for you about like cult leaders, and especially since we brought up this other one too. Do you think they are just mentally unwell? Or do you think that they just like love control and like know what they're doing? A little bit of both?
I think a little bit of both, but I honestly think it's more of like they want something so bad and no one else is giving it to them. Yeah. Like they could fall into a cult if someone first like came before them and was like, here's this idea that they then believed in. So I think like there's just nothing that's matching what they want. So they're like, I'll do it. I have this call to a higher power type thing. And then they're like, this is my cult.
It's like an innocent, I want something better.
But they have a family. Yeah, this is my family that I've built.
Can't stop with the control and the power.
Yeah. I mean, all these people that join cults, they're at like very low points in their life.
Yeah.
Like they're searching for something.
For community and to belong and to believe in something bigger than themselves.
Which also makes me think like there are parts in my life where I would be more susceptible to a cult. This is not one of them.
This is not my cult.
Yeah. Well, I'd be like, how dare you tell me what I could watch and read and spend my money on? Like, what are you talking about?
No, but you're already, you've already like changed so much of who you are that it's easier. You're more susceptible to those bigger things.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is like now, no one's really going to get, there's not many cults that are going to get me right now. But if you had asked me when I was like 23, right out of college, like had just gotten fired from my first job. Yeah, a cult leader shows up. Yeah, I'm in. What are we talking about? So I think that's the interesting part is like these people, it's just like the right thing they're saying at the right time.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It's so dangerous. I will say the one thing I did notice is none of them had jobs. And I said, that kind of sounds lovely to sit in Costa Rica in a yard, not working.
You know what? Part of me said, if you're going to get me in a cult, be like, you don't have to work. We got all the money. Oh, I might join. I might be in.
I'm out once I become malnourished because like our leader is eating lobster and I'm eating some pineapple from a tree.
If I don't have indoor plumbing or like a bed, maybe not. Because if I'm working, I have both those things. So it's like, what am I willing to give up? You know what I mean? And that's a cult.
That's so
But
true.
I mean, like, my God, I'm part of cults sometimes. I go to a workout class twice a week, and like that's probably a cult because we all go to this workout class same time every week and hang out, you know. You could get into cults, like there's many cults.
The big thing is that if you're being part of groups, it's that you're making sure you're getting something in return.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least let me get a six-pack.
And not just the idea of it, like tangible things you're getting. Like you actually have a community. You are, you know, the workout class, like you're bettering yourself.
The minute they start filming me all the time and we have to redo takes, I'm not an actor.
Like restricting you from access to other things.
Mm-hmm. If you tell me I can't call my family, listen.
We're done here.
What are we talking about? I gotta gossip with that. The first thing I would tell my mom was being like, guess how crazy these people in Costa Rica are.
That is so true. I need to tell the world about this. We're already on TikTok Live. Let me call my mom.
Yeah, let me give you the inside scoop. Pay me, TMZ. I'm coming. So yeah, interesting. Okay, so you're not a cult person. I am a cult documentary person. I find it so fascinating to be like, but 90% of the time I watch these documentaries and I'm like, ooh.
They just have terrible conditions that I'm like, what?
No, I get it. But, I mean, Scientology is a cult that seems to not have that bad of terrible... I mean, you can't talk to your family
because they're not restricting people's access... they do somewhat restrict your access to other people, but, like, not in a, like, oh, God, way. But, like, also, like, those people get to sleep in a bed.
Yeah. In a legal way. They are a cult. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So fun.
I mean, all religions, in some form, are cults.
Shut out. We were part of a cult. We grew up in a cult, basically.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, what else are you watching?
I don't even know.
Should we do our Bravo Roundup?
Yeah, let's do that. Because I don't think I've really watched anything else on
Southern Hospitality. What a great show. What a great show. Can I say that?
Yes. It is a good one.
It's great.
From like start to finish even. Like, I told people season 1, like, you got to get through, quote unquote, but it's not that bad.
No. And it was fun. It set it up really well. No, I love Southern Hospitality. I love them on this trip.
Me too.
I'm having the best time. Brad made a really hysterical joke about how when him and Lake sat in the bus, they were in the back. And then he was like, there's no way the two of us are in the back of the bus. That was hysterical.
And he said when they were at that, like, hanging dinner, he was like, he looked at Michaels and was like, these are not the black activities I want to be doing.
I was cracking up. Yeah, he's like, this is too white for me. Yeah, when they were hanging on the dinner, they're like doing that dinner in the sky thing. I loved it because if we fought, we couldn't leave. but no one fought because
That's
everyone
so
was
true.
like, we can't leave.
And I thought it was so funny because we saw it like lift up. You can see production on like the end of the table. And I was like, that is so funny. The like sound guy is like,
yeah, the sound guy's standing too. And he's just like, oh my God, this is crazy. That was great. I love Michaels and TJ. Oh my God, can we believe that it's TJ that denied Michaels? I thought it would have been the other way around.
Well, I think because in the past it has been Michaels to deny TJ, so I think TJ's trying to protect himself. Yeah, and be like, listen, I think he is protecting himself both from a potential Michaels rejection and just realizing like he is being mature by saying like, this isn't a good idea. Like, you are newly out. Like, you should go explore. Like, a relationship is not the best thing for Michaels. I think they are good friends at heart. And so, like, he is really looking out for him, too, to be like, I want something serious. You aren't in that stage in life, and that's okay.
They are really good friends, but I like really want them to do. Is that bad of me? I'm not obviously looking out for the best of either of them, and I understand that. But like for myself, I really like them.
Magic. I'm happy they had this conversation rather than a like, disastrous blow up thing where like you know, being in a situationship doesn't work and then they can't be friends, because they are so fun being friends. I love them just hooking up on the trips though, and I want that to maintain, but that is a really hard thing to maintain.
I know, I love them like sharing beds, but I did feel a little bad because like TJ was saying that every time they're really drunk, Michael's like confesses his love, and then the next day is like, I don't remember anything, which would like hurt because you're like, like, how can you not remember? And Michael's, well, we have video footage of him being like, even when I'm in relationships, I think of you. And like,
that is a crazy thing to say. That would mess me up. See, TJ is putting that barrier in between them to protect himself. I think they would still like sleep in the same bed. I think TJ would just be like, no hooking up though. No making out. No. Because at the end of the day, I think they love to like sit there and gossip too. Like in a friend's way, the chemistry that they have and the things they want out of sharing a room is perfect.
But I also love them fucking to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Like, that's what I want.
This is why I love 24/7 surveillance. Like, you get these moments, and they don't remember that they're being filmed.
They need to release a sex tape. Like, I love them together. I'm like yearning for it. And I love that, like, when Michaels went to the church, he, like, invited TJ, and then he was, like, crying, and TJ checked in on him and was like, you okay? I know. And I was like, I'm crying.
And I love how TJ talked about it. He was like, religion is not something, like, for me, I am here to support Michaels, and I know that this means something to him, so, like, I'm happy to be here in this special moment with him. Yeah. And, like, do this with him.
I didn't realize Maddie was that spiritual.
It makes sense with the 12 steps. That's like a really, really huge, like pivotal thing. Yeah. She mentioned it in the show. It's the first like 3 steps is really about believing in a higher power. It just helps you like relinquish control and think that like you have control over everything. So it's not that you have to be a part of a religion by any means, but it's just like knowing that there's like a higher power, that like other things are happening. Like even like Mother Nature type of universe stuff.
She did specifically say spirituality, which isn't the same as, you know, not all, as like Catholicism. Yeah. Can we, though, talk about how Emmy is making this about her?
Of course she is.
Which was originally why she wasn't invited, because Michaels is like, I don't want her to make it about her. And then Emmy is now sitting on the beach being like, well, Michaels didn't invite me. And that seems like it's a dig at me. And it's like, girl, he just got tired of you.
And what's annoying is she then makes it like, I can't believe TJ would be invited. Like, I've known him long, like Michael's longer. And it's like, girl.
But you're a bad friend.
Like, come on.
Bad friend. And then we got Lake.
Like, you should just make it about you. Like, I'm sad I'm not there. Why do you have to make it about somebody else?
100%. And then we got Lake and O'Sheen hooking up. She's never gonna. I believe that they had a threesome with her lookalike that she was dating. 100%.
They did, didn't she admit it in the interview chair?
She was like, I'm pleading the fifth. She said she only hooked up that night with her date. She does not claim O'Sheen.
With the group, she said that. And then in her interview chair, I think I missed the exact moment, but then she was on the phone with her mom, and she was like, I had to admit to it.
The 2000, like the last year hookup with O'Sheen, she admitted to. But she has yet to claim the threesome that everyone's claiming.
Listen, because of how it came out, I believe it. Like, I
Same.
think O'Sheen called Joe Bradley, told him, and not anything to truly do with the show. Like, if O'Sheen wanted to be on the show, he would have said it on camera. Like, he would have weaseled his way in front of a camera and said it. I think it happened.
I think it happened too. Just at this point, just say it. You know what I mean?
Well, I heard O'Sheen had a girlfriend, so, like, it's worse because you're, like, Lake is then the person that she is making Mia out to be. Like, Mia's a bad person because she went on a date with Justin when Jordan liked Justin and was hooking up with Justin. But, like, they weren't in a relationship. So it's like, Lake, oh, you're a worse person for helping a cheating go on. And you knew he was in a relationship.
But my favorite part of the episode was in my favorite villa with all my favorite people when Brad comes in and is like, me and Julia broke up. And everyone's
so
like,
fucking fake.
Everyone's like, what? And he's like, no, I'm not kidding. And everyone like kind of starts to freak out a little. And then Julia.
No, because at first they're like, you're joking. Like, I mean, his demeanor, like, it was not.
He was too
obvious.
sad.
Yeah, it was weird. So they all knew, but then when Brad's like, I'm not joking, it's like they can't be like, yes, you are. We know it.
They were like, what? And then Julia busts through the door and everyone screams and jumps. And I was like, this is the villa I want to be a part of.
Yeah.
What a great villa. Sorry to Maddie Reese
Julia.
and the other one. No, I really like Julia. I think she's a great girlfriend. And now I keep getting her and Bradley on TikTok and they seem lovely.
I do too. And I want to know where she's at in her nursing degree because I need her to be done with school and I need her to be a full-time nurse so I can have her on my screen more. Like, I need her to have that flexibility.
100%. I like that he flew her out. He's like, you think I'm not going to go on vacation with my girlfriend? I'm going to bring her.
And I love her being up for it. I saw a TikTok from her page where she was like waiting in the van to be like to go in and surprise them. And she was like, I'm only coming for like 24 hours, but like I wanted to make this work. And I was like, I love that. Like she wants to stand up for Brad. It's like she's making like doing the initiative to really be such a focal point in his life. And you need that. And Brad is like reciprocating that too by being like, I will pay for it. I want you here. Like it's a very mutual relationship. And I find it so beautiful.
I feel like Julie, and she should in a way, like she is protecting Brad from Emmy, right? Because like at this point, Brad can't stick up for himself without Emmy having a microaggression towards him. And she doesn't get that. And like no one can get it through her head. So Julia can fight Emmy and not be attacked the same way. Because if Emmy says, I was scared of Julia, it's different because she's a white woman. So, and I think Julia recognizes that and is like, I'm going to show up for 24 hours, and if this bitch tries, I'll do it. I'll take her out. And she has the backing of Mia and T and all those other
basically.
people. Yeah.
Okay,
all those people.
Brad did some press about the reunion, and it was with Entertainment Tonight, and they asked him, like, do they think Emmy's racist? And he said, I don't think she is, like, trying to be overtly racist. I think there's just, like, some underlying things that she needs to process, whatever. But they did ask, where's your friendship at? And Brad said, we do not have a friendship at all. Good. So I don't think the reunion goes well because I don't think Emmy understands what's going on. Based on her social media activity, she is, I know earlier in the season when they had that Folly trip for Brad and Julia's anniversary, Emmy had posted everybody quote unquote gangs up on her in that episode. And then she's posting like nothing's going on, which you can go ahead, post whatever you want on your social media, but like to not acknowledge what is currently going on tells me you do not care, understand, want to clear the record, feel bad. Like put out a statement. I made some mistakes this season, whatever, and then you can post as normal. But you just posting as normal tells me like that none of this affects you.
Her and Lake posted a TikTok where it was like, oh, everyone hates us, but we're just out here like looking hot, something stupid like that, and everyone was like, read the room. And then people were like,
no, people are upset, but you don't feel anything about that?
Yeah, and people were like, it's really surprising that like, because in a sense, I get it, right? Like, you like this person, and they, like, you don't think they're overtly racist, but like, in a way, I can't be friends with people who don't see that their actions hurt another person. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Like, that, I can't support you as a person then.
I can, whatever, Lake can be friends with whoever she wants, fine. It's the posting of that TikTok. It's like, you know what you're doing, and you're like, helping her double down is what's even weirder.
Yeah, it's just like, fine, my friends want to say and do some terrible shit, okay, but like, then at least say, I did terrible shit. Okay, great. We can move on.
Yeah.
But Emmy's, I did nothing wrong. It's not my fault. Everyone's
I'm being
coming
attacked.
at me. Yeah, that is what would send me. Because, like, even Lake has tried to explain it to her, right? And Emmy still can't get it through her fucking head.
But Lake's willing
that
to
would
just
drive me
be like,
nuts.
whatever.
No,
like,
that would drive me nuts.
Lake knows. And that is what's weird to me. Lake, you know, you've tried to confront Emmy about this. Emmy denies, minimizes everything. And you're just like, well, oh well, gonna move on.
No, I can't do that.
No.
Yeah. So Southern Hospitality, one of the best shows on Bravo. We'll die for it. It's great.
I'm more excited about that reunion, to be honest, than even the Summer House reunion because, like, I need them. I need the rest of the cast to stand up and say, Emmy, you're so fucking wrong for all of this.
Well, I think, like, for Summer House, we kind of know what to expect, as in everyone's mad at Amanda and Wes, right?
Yeah.
Southern Charm is interesting because...
Hospitality, but yes.
Or sorry, yeah. Both honestly are quite interesting casts because it does take place in Charleston, right? Like, these are people who are friends, but it's important that they see, like, the juxtaposition, right? Like, these are a lot of white people, and then you have a black man, and, like, he's called scary and angry, and, like, what that does to him. Can they recognize that? Can they hold Emmy accountable for that? And I think, like, yeah, Summer House has this scandal. It's a cheating scandal, but it's more clear of, like, right and wrong. And if someone even was like, oh, I'm on Wes and Amanda's side, that doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. It just means you're, like, on the wrong side. This is, like... This is real race shit. You know what I mean? Like, we're ruining a man's reputation.
And I think in this season, you watch how natural society goes, where, like, we give white women passes constantly. And so all season, like, they're giving Emmy passes. And so when it's blatantly pointed out to you, what will you do now?
Yeah, can you say, I should have done something different? Can you look at yourself?
That's what I want to hear from the cast. I should have done something different. I should have been more firm with Emmy. Like, I want that for Brad with his friends.
The only people I'll, like, maybe give a pass, like, that don't have to claim too much are, like, Mia and TJ and maybe, like, Michael's a little bit. But also...
Because they're not really close with her.
But, like, Michael's isn't, he tries.
He's doing it.
He's
tried. He's doing enough. It's Maddie. I need Maddie to be like, I was giving her a lot of passes.
Maddie,
and I
Lake,
regret that.
Like, but the other thing is, for me, and I get, we're filming a show, we're traveling together, we don't want drama, but it would be really hard for me if I'm Brad's friend, like, if I'm Mia and I'm also a person of color, and I've seen, like, how terrible she is, and, like, how she just cannot take accountability. It'd be really hard for me to then be okay with Emmy, you know what I mean? And I'm not blaming Mia. It's not on her to then take on Brad's relationship because she's not close with Emmy anyway. But like, to then kiki with, like, I couldn't. I don't think I could. But I don't know.
If you see, Emmy is always at the end of the table. She's always like at the last chair at the pool.
No,
like,
you're right.
I think very much a lot of that villa that we love is not associating with Emmy because of this. And like,
and I support.
I agree. I don't think we need to yell at her, tell her she can't have any friends, tell her she can't come on the trip. Like, this is a show we have to film in. But like, yeah, I'm not gonna make jokes with you. Like, you are not allowed my comfort, my enjoyment, my good time. You're not gonna benefit from that.
Agreed. You're right. And like, Mia, TJ get a pass. They are doing a great job. They have Michael's, or
they're
not
not associating with her. Like, they're not coddling her like some of the other cast is. And that's 100%. What I want to hear from, is the cast that is coddling her. Yeah.
They're just trying to get through the day at this point.
Yeah.
My God.
I understand.
Them and Brad are like, we're just tired. We're just trying to get through it. But, what a good show. 10 out of 10. I know. Did you watch Real Housewives of Rhode Island this week?
I did.
Okay, I didn't, but can you spill some tea you could spoil whatever.
They went to those Newport mansions. I saw it on the
those.
Next Time On.
Yeah.
And what's weird is because the big moment is like they sit down for this dinner. And
okay.
Alicia, they like come and are like wearing masks for no reason. It's
Love
like,
it.
Okay, cool. And then the whole thing is like, we're going to take the mask off and be honest. And so they go around the circle.
Nice.
They talk about their hardships, a classic Housewives dinner.
Nice.
Where they're like, Alicia goes, I was homeless. And Liz goes, you were not ever homeless, girlie. Your dad, because she's talked about this, Alicia, when her parents separated, her dad like had all the money, like kicked them out of their home. And like, so yes, they did not have her childhood home anymore. She went and lived with her grandparents. Like, Liz was like, you were not actually homeless. Like, I understand the trauma of losing your home. However, you were not homeless.
You weren't
You
houseless.
did have a bed.
Yeah, yes, you were okay.
Liz was like, I gotta call you out on this. You were not homeless. And it's so funny because their long-term dynamics are that they know everything about each other's life. And so they like clock each other even for stuff that never happened on the show. Beautiful.
No, I love.
They all go around, whatever. Most of them like don't really matter. Ashley she's like, I'm crying because I have nothing sad to say. I'm crying because I have nothing to cry about.
That woman is like my
People
nightmare.
in their interview are like, okay, you don't need to cry then.
Just shut up.
The last one, which like kicks off the rest of the night's worth of drama, is Rosie like talks about some stuff, and Kelsey across the table goes, oh wow, this is the first time I feel like you're being honest. And Ashley is like, okay, that was a backhanded compliment. And the rest of the group is like, no, it wasn't. And she's like, yeah. And Rosie's like, yeah, that you're saying I lie all the time. Like, you're saying, oh, wow, you're really being honest finally. And that implies I'm lying all the time.
Nice.
And so, like, they have a tiff then at dinner about how Rosie can't accept the compliment. And it's like, it's not a compliment. Like, they're really on Rosie about the, like, not accepting a compliment.
Hilarious.
So then they end dinner, go back to rooms, and Rosie and Ashley are either sharing a room or they're in Rosie's room. And they're talking about how, like, that was a backhanded compliment. And Rosie has asked Ashley to stand up for her more. She was like, I wish you would have stood up for me on the boat. So, like, that's why Ashley got involved.
Okay.
And so they're, like, talking about that. And now she's like, no, I really do think that was a rude comment, all this stuff. And Kelsey is outside overhearing the entire conversation. And so Kelsey walks in and goes, what are we talking about? Which, like, I do love that move of being like, say it to my face. So they do. They
will. That's the thing, is it's not that crazy that they won't say it to your face.
Yes. Rosie's like, I feel like you're saying I'm not being honest, and what am I not being honest about? Like, what's your hang up with me? And so Kelsey says it, you're lying about your house, and I forget, you're lying about what happened with your job, that you got fired for an affair, not for health issues. And Rosie's like, the square footage of my house is XYZ. And Kelsey goes, it's not. And I'm like, how do you know the square footage of what her house is now and what she's adding on? Like, that's weird to argue about.
It's incredible.
And they're arguing over like 500 to 1,000 square feet. I feel like that's not that. I don't own a home. I don't really care.
I never understood the flex of being like, I have a bigger house than you. Like, okay.
No. And
if all of our houses are huge, what are we arguing about?
And I don't think it's crazy to talk about the square footage when you're doing a renovation, because people are like,
sure.
Oh, you have a tiny home now. It's a one bedroom, one bath house. It is tiny. What are you adding on? And so the best way to explain that is square footage.
That's fine. But if we are already talking about like 15,000 square foot homes, what's an extra 500 square? You know what I mean? It's immaterial.
It's not even that much. It's like 1,500 and like adding on, I think she said 5,000. And Kelsey's like, it's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. And people on the internet are like, yeah, I looked up the Zillow. Her house isn't 1,500. It's 1,200. Okay.
Who cares?
So sorry, we lost 300 feet. Like, what are we arguing about?
Are we supposed to care about this?
If you don't like this girl, why do you care?
That's kind of crazy that she knows.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she's saying like, Rosie got fired from her job because she was having an affair. And Rosie's like, I had colitis. I couldn't stop shitting myself. Why would I say that? Why would I say that on the television when I could just say I had an affair? Like, I could cop to that. That would be a little bit less embarrassing, to be honest. And I'm like, no, I agree. Like, Rosie is battling this well, in my opinion.
No, I get it. These women are incredible. Did you see Joellen on Watch What Happens Live?
No.
Okay, she went on she did like an appearance. She came in for a little bit, and Andy asks her, is your sister fucking your husband? And she goes, no, I'm the only one fucking my husband.
Girl, I don't think you are.
We're all thinking it. We're all thinking it.
If they're not fucking right now, your sister thinks about it every single day. She's dreaming about it when she gets herself off. And it will happen in the next 3 years, promise.
But I love that Andy asks. He was like, he might have said sleeping with, but basically he was like, is your sister fucking your husband? Can you let us know?
Even the conversation around it would bother me if I was married and there was conversation that my sister could be in love with my husband, could be sleeping with him, could be dreaming about it. My sister would immediately come out and be like, that is not happening. Like,
100%.
I should be the one dispelling these rumors. My sister should be.
Yeah, so crazy. I love these women, though. I can't wait to watch it today. I'm like,
damn, it's good. It is so good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we're coming towards the end of Below Deck. You got to watch it.
Okay, I was thinking about that actually recently because I thought about how it has to be ending soon, so I should start watching it in the next week or so.
Yeah, it's getting good.
I think it's that day that I took off after my conference. I'm going to sit and I'm going to watch it and I'm going to enjoy because my goal with me and my therapist is to like not be my workaholic self. So this will make me feel like I'm productive in doing something while relaxing.
No, it's incredible. We're getting to the part of the season where Ellie and Daisy are beefing. Why? Because Joao picked Daisy and not Ellie. And Ellie can't let that go.
Which,
and
like,
even
we could have seen that from a mile away.
Even Ben is like, give it a rest. Like, stop talking about it. And they had to switch cabins around. So Daisy and Joao are sharing a cabin, but not in like a way where they're like sharing a bed. Like, they genuinely, the way it was like, we have a new woman coming on board and there just like wasn't space. Yeah. So Daisy said, like, as head of departments, like, I'm okay with sharing a space with you. Are you also okay? But they like sleep in their separate beds and they chat before they go to sleep.
Ellie, she thinks they're probably like fucking in there every night.
Because they made Ellie move to Joao's old room and they're like, and Joao's gonna move in with Daisy. And she was like, oh, and she's so mad. And they got in a huge fight because Daisy was trying to help because it's dinner service. And all she had to do was put shrimp on these little cocktail glasses. So she's doing that. And then Ellie rips the shrimp out of her hand and is like, I'll do it. That's my job. And Daisy's like,
I'm trying to help you.
I'm in charge. I'm ahead of you. And so life is about to explode. I can't wait till these guests get off.
Did you see a few weeks ago when Ellie, I think it was Ellie, was Ellie on some after show saying that like they could have managed the boat without Daisy?
Yeah, she was like, we didn't need Daisy. We would have been fine. And then Daisy responded back and was like, sorry, we didn't need a galley hand. We could have been fine without that. Because Daisy runs this boat, babes. Have you not like, Daisy's been the head stew for like a long time.
And that's so true. Like, my position is always needed. Yours isn't.
Yeah, galley hand.
Just on a position level, we don't need you.
Guess what? You were originally hired as a stew, and you were able to pick up galley hand because it's not that hard a job. Come on. I mean, I'm sure it's like a very hard job, but like also compared to a chief stew, come on.
Flex on a chief stew, come on, know your place. That's why I love Below Deck. I love the hierarchy at play and being like, you are nothing.
No, it is. It's very good. They even had, there was a firing this week.
Don't even tell me who, because I do want to watch it. I want to know.
It was awesome. Don't talk back to Daisy, baby. Oh, no. I love Below Deck, a 10 out of 10. But I think that's all I'm really watching. I got to do Ladies of London. You do Below Deck, I'll do Ladies of London.
Deal. Because Ladies of London is good, and I do really want to talk about it because there's some bullying claims. And we have had those discussion of, like, what is bullying on reality TV? To the point where I looked up the definition of bullying because I'm like, come on.
I'm exhausted.
I know.
This is the crazy thing is it's all the housewife shows or like the older women. It's never like Southern Charm being like, you bullied me. It's always the old women.
No, because we grew up in the actual bullying, like we knew what it was in like school. And so I would never call someone who was being quote unquote mean to me a bully. Like, that's not interchangeable. They're not equal, like, words. Being mean and bullying. Like, bullying is a level above.
Bullying is persistent to me. And just for no reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's, like, more than just, like, making mean comments.
Yeah. It's like a constant, persistent
degrading
harassment, basically. Yes. Maybe I'll be mean if I just don't like you. But, like, most of the time, if I don't like you, I'll be mean when you come up in conversation and then fucking forget you exist.
That is like, let's just call it what it is. Like, you guys aren't friends. You're mean to each other.
That's okay. You don't have to be friends.
And we're on reality TV where we need that. Like, I'm not saying it's okay to bully people because I think have been times where people have been bullied on reality TV shows.
For sure.
But still, I understand it more when we are filming a show and we need drama. And I think people act kind of like a little bit a level above of what they would in an everyday life and an everyday interaction to capture the moment.
Agreed. Lastly, I am catching up on my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm a few episodes behind, but I am catching up. My girl Dorit, it's getting rough for you, girl. But I don't like anyone, to be quite, except Jennifer Tilly forever.
I forgot to mention this in news. Did you see text between her and PK were submitted in their divorce case, they're not good.
For
She apparently
Dorit.
spent $1.5 million in like a 7-month period, but is claiming she doesn't have money for the kids. And PK is like, I will give money for the kids, but you need to go talk to, it must be their like financial advisor. Like he just keeps referencing this guy, Justin. And he's like, you have to stop spending. And then she's like, where did you get my bank statements? Whatever. Like, this is a privacy issue. And he's like, we're in a divorce case. You gave your financial records in our divorce case. This is all legal.
Dorit,
I think I need to call my dad and get his advice on this stuff. I'm curious.
This one's intense. And like, the problem is, Dorit, it's not looking good for Dorit, right? That being said, though, I don't think Kyle and Erica are like good friends to her, which like also.
They're not being friends. They're being messy and they want to look down upon her.
Yeah, which was like not great. Like in this episode, right, that I just finished, Dorit's doing her book launch or whatever, and like Kyle and Sutton both texted her and were like, we're not gonna go because
we're not in a great place,
we're beefing right now.
Yeah.
Erica didn't even text her to be like, I'm not going. She just didn't show up.
That's sad. Okay, but also she did have a book launch party for a book she hadn't written yet, I heard. And it was supposed to come out this spring. It didn't. I was like ready to record it.
Yeah.
And then when I went the day it was supposed to launch, it wasn't there. And then it said in like 45 days. So it's now coming out. It's supposed to come out June 2nd. But I have heard rumors that people are like, I don't think this book is ever coming out.
No, agreed. But at least like, if you don't want to go, give a text. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on a
and then they all hung out. Yeah. Then they hang out separately.
See, I don't like when they do that. But I always wonder if is production involved, basically making them do an alternative scene.
Sutton in her interview chair goes, it looks really bad. Like what we're doing looks really bad, but we didn't plan it. And Sutton says to Erica when she comes over, like, yeah, I texted Dorit, and Erica's like, I didn't. And even Sutton's like, you should have texted her. Oh my God.
You still can.
You still can do it right now. But yeah, crazy. And Rachel Zoe's going through a lot. She showed up at Dorit's book launch and was like, I'm going through it right now. And Dorit's like, what's wrong? And she's like, I'm not going to say because it's your night. And Dorit's like, no, just tell me.
You already mentioned it. You might as well let it rip.
No, incredible. The housewives are just... The thing about Beverly Hills is I don't really like anyone except Jennifer Tilly and Kathy Hilton. So everyone else is...
You said Rachel last time.
Oh, I do like Rachel. They're all kind of out of it. The problem is I like a lot of people who are siding with Dorit, but I don't necessarily like Dorit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Dorito. God forbid
Careful.
I know, I'm gonna get in trouble again. Oh, good times though. Anyway, that's it for me. And I'm not listening to anything.
Me neither. Except for we will be listening to Scheana Shay this summer.
Oh, it's Scheana Shay summer. That's all I gotta say. Okay, well, do all the things I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. And with that, love ya.
Thanks for joining. Bye.